Bobby Parrish had inspired millions of people to make healthy choices in life in terms of nutrition, specifically when grocery shopping and using your money wisely to buy food products that contain clean, healthy ingredients instead of the horrible, crappy ingredients that are in many food products that are in the world today. However, not many people are aware of this, especially teens and children. Many people are still suffering from health issues and getting more doctor visits. Even though they eat healthy, they still suffer from health issues. Therefore, teens and children are doomed to suffer the consequences in terms of their health in the long run, in the future. But hey, by watching this video, especially for those who are not teens anymore, who are adults, now it's your chance to improve yourself and to make better choices when it comes to grocery shopping this time. Therefore, in this video, I'll be going over 5 foods that are unhealthy and what to swap out instead for your health and your well-being. So sit back, relax, and lock in, because this is one of the key components into self-improvement.
A lot of people tend to buy chips in many grocery stores. For instance, it's more common for people to buy Doritos. However, if you look at the ingredients list, you'll see vegetable oil, maltodextrin, and a bunch of horrible ingredients. So first of all, there's vegetable oil in these chips, which basically is an oil that is highly inflammatory, which does lead to inflammation. And also for maltodextrin, that does lead to gut issues, therefore negatively impacting your digestive tract. And there's so much more, including natural and artificial flavors, which again does lead to digestive issues. The same thing here applies with the Lay's chips. You all heard of it. But unfortunately, it does contain vegetable oil, which is an inflammatory oil. Now, there's one thing I forgot to mention. Most chips that you see in the grocery stores contain GMO, which is known as genetic modified organisms. Basically, what it means is most chips have been spread with pesticides. Not only chips, but majority of the foods have been spread with pesticides, which does lead to the buildup of phytoestrogens, which in turn lowers your testosterone levels. Therefore, you'll be also increasing your estrogen levels, which is something that we should avoid nowadays, because most people have more estrogen than testosterone.
What this man says is right. Oh.
Yep, he says I'm right. Respect to him. Now onto one of the chips alternative, unlike the chips that you see in most stores that are unhealthy. The best alternatives are Hard Bites avocado oil, black sea salt. These only contain potatoes, avocado oil, sea salt, and activated charcoal. That's it. And the charcoal, there's nothing to worry about that. And avocado oil is an anti-inflammatory oil rich in omega-3 fatty acids, including healthy fats such as monounsaturated fats. And this would be a great option if you really like to crave in on chips. And wait, there's more to this chips. That is, it's non-GMO. This means that it has not been spread with pesticides, the harmful ones, which does lead to the buildup of phytoestrogen, which does lead to lowering your testosterone levels. And because of this being non-GMO, that means your testosterone levels are safe. Most people buy cereals, especially in the US as well. And the most common cereals, one of the most common, is Fruit Loops. Now, unfortunately, there are downsides for this cereal. And that, for instance, it does contain maltodextrin, vegetable oil, natural flavor, sugar. Now, to explain this, the natural flavors come with hundreds of chemicals, so you basically don't know how many ingredients are there in this when it comes to natural flavors. And for artificial flavors, there's like a bunch of chemicals in there, and they're harmful for your gut. And as for sugar, they're inflammatory, which does lead to a negative digestive tract, which does lead to a negative downfall for your digestive tract. And as for vegetable oil, again, it's inflammatory. Now, most cereals like these are unhealthy. However, there are some cereal alternatives that you can find that are healthier options. For instance, I'll go for puffed wheat cereal, which essentially is basically just one ingredient, which is whole wheat. Therefore, you won't be getting all the BS ingredients inside your cereal. And thus, this would be helpful when it comes to losing fat or being in a calorie deficit. This is higher in volume, which means you can eat more of this for less calories.
Another one is Ezekiel's Sprouted Grain Crunchy Cereal. I got them from Healthy Planet. You can also get them from Whole Foods. And the reason that this is healthy is because it's only made from organic sprouted wheat, filtered water, organic malted barley, organic sprouted barley, organic sprouted millet, organic sprouted lentils, organic sprouted soybeans, and organic sprouted spelt, and sea salt. That's it. This is a really healthy option to having cereal. Another one that is also a healthy cereal is 1 Degree Sprouted Brown Rice Crisps. These only contain organic sprouted whole grain brown rice, organic coconut sugar, unrefined salt, and tocopherol. Now, tocopherol is basically vitamin E, and it has been added to this cereal. It's also added to majority of the cereals, which is okay. There's nothing wrong with adding vitamin E into cereals. This would be a good option for those who still like to eat Rice Krispie cereals. This is a healthy alternative to that. So therefore, your childhood taste still remains.
Now, on to the bread model. As you can see here, this is white bread. However, this is unhealthy, unfortunately, due to containing enriched wheat flour, sugar, and vegetable oil, including a bunch of preservatives. And to explain this, enriched wheat flour is basically refined flour that has been processed a lot, which strips out all the nutrients from the wheat. And as for the sugar, again, inflammatory. Vegetable oil is also inflammatory. And all the other preservatives, like stereolactate. It is an emulsifier, stabilizer, and a dough conditioner for many other kinds of processed foods. And the side effects of this emulsifier are skin and eye irritation, slightly. However, it's still worse. The same applies to brown bread as well. A lot of people think that just because the bread is brown means it's healthy, right? Well, that's not the case, because as you can see here, it still, even though it's made of whole wheat flour, it still does contain sugar and vegetable oil, including a bunch of preservatives. It's a lot more common for majority of the breads that you see here. So it's tough to find the healthiest bread in many other grocery stores. So here are the best alternative breads to buy for your health and for your well-being. One of the healthiest bread options is Country Harvest No Added Sugar Whole Wheat Bread. Now these are not organic, but however, they do contain clean ingredients if you look carefully in the ingredient list. It does contain whole grain wheat flour, water, wheat gluten, yeast, and lactic acid from bacterial culture, calcium perchlorate, and yeah. So to summarize this bread is healthy, but there are even more better options for a healthy bread alternative.
I would go for Ezekiel bread. These are the GOAT. They're the OG in food for life. And the reason that they're healthy is because they only contain healthier ingredients, unlike any other bread. And I'd find this one to be more superior due to majority of the ingredients being organic, meaning that there are no phytoestrogens being spread onto this. Therefore, your testosterone would be saved. So the ingredients list are organic sprouted whole grain wheat, filtered water, organic sprouted whole grain barley, organic whole grain millet, organic malted barley, organic sprouted whole lentils, organic sprouted whole soybeans, organic sprouted whole grain spelt, yeast, organic wheat gluten, and sea salt. Now another healthy bread alternative, now this one is a game changer. Another one to be the least. And that is Unbun Complete Protein Bread. This is a really good source of calcium and it's a really good source of protein. It's basically the only protein bread that you can ever find in Canada. And I find this to be special because there's literally 23 grams of protein in 2 slices of Unbun Complete Protein Bread, which is 90 grams of this bread. Not only that, however, the ingredients list are healthy basically. They just contain water, milk protein isolate, whey protein concentrate, resistant tapical starch, pea protein, xylem coconut oil, inulin, distilled vinegar, sea salt, yeast, xanthan gum, tartaric acid, and ascorbic acid, which is vitamin C. Now this would be suitable for those looking to hit their protein goals. This would be a game changer to get your protein in, ideally for breakfast or any other meal of your day. When it comes to breakfast, and if you're looking for a high protein meal, consider using this as a great way to get your protein in.
Now, on to the mayonnaise section. Now, unfortunately, not many of these mayonnaises are healthy. And one of the most mayonnaises that people buy are this. Now, here are the downsides of this mayonnaise. For instance, it does contain canola oil, which is an inflammatory oil that has higher omega-6 fatty acids, which does lead to inflammation. And it does include sugar, which is also an inflammatory food. But the thing is, if this contains sugar, then how is there 0 grams of sugar based off of the nutritional facts? So basically, something's going on there. And lastly, it does contain calcium disodium EDTA. Now the problem with calcium disodium EDTA is that it's a synthetic chemical preservative used to maintain flavor. However, the real problem with that is it's very hard for to be digested in the digestive tract. So therefore, you're basically harming your gut health. On to the healthy alternative to mayonnaise. Fortunately, there's only one healthy alternative to mayonnaise, such as Chosen Foods avocado oil mayonnaise. Now these contain healthy ingredients such as avocado oil, organic frozen whole eggs, organic white vinegar, organic mustard seeds, salt, organic spices, salt, organic rosemary extract, and frozen and powdered egg yolks. That's it. It does not contain any of the unharmful ingredients that does lead to your inner part of your body to become unhealthy, which in turn leads to the consequence of lack of nutrient absorption and especially for skin issues. Now onto the fish section. You may commonly see farm-raised salmon or farm-raised fishes. Unfortunately, the problem with these kinds of fishes is that they're usually fed with antibiotics and hormones. So you wouldn't want that for your body, don't you? And to also mention is that they do have less of the omega-3 fatty acids and less nutrition. Now here are the healthy alternatives to farm-raised fishes. Now the best alternatives to farm-raised fishes are wild caught. For instance, wild caught pink salmon and wild albacore tuna. Now for the wild caught fishes, they do contain more nutrients than the farm raised fishes, and plus they have not been fed with antibiotics and hormones, and they've also been caught in the wild, so therefore if you consume these kinds of fishes, you won't be getting antibiotics and hormones in your body. As a bonus, you'll get more nutrients.
Now, the main point of the entire video is to make sure that you're not eating processed food and to be sure that you're looking at the ingredients list and optimize for a healthy ingredients. Healthy, clean ingredients. You want to be prioritizing on clean, whole foods. You can also implement other foods made with several ingredients into your diet. However, I would go for clean, healthy ingredients. And be sure, like I said again, to look at the ingredients list and avoid the horrible ingredients that are in majority of the foods that you see in the world today. Avoid all the bad ingredients that you find in most foods because that will lead to unhealthy gut, skin issues, and lowering your tests, including health issues in your internal self. Now I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. Stay tuned for more fitness and nutrition content. Peace out.